Caren Glasser here, and welcome to Life Uncorked. Today's segment we call Aging Like a Fine Wine. I am sitting here with Amy Alcott. She's an American professional golfer and golf course designer. Welcome to the show, Amy. How are you?
Happy to be here, Caren. Thank you.
So, this show is all about people doing extraordinary things at all times of their life, and you are no exception to that. Tell us a little bit about the story of how you decided to become a golfer.
Well, I was a child of television growing up in Southern California, as you well know. And the golf shows would come on after the cartoons on TV. And I probably sensed as a young girl of 8, 9 years old that I was kind of a loner. I loved all sports. I was a little Tom girl. And I saw these golf shows on TV. And I was just fascinated by the art form of it. You know, it was different than football or baseball. You had to do it with, you didn't have to do it with anyone. And I just took a real knacking and love for it. And the pursuit of perfection soon followed. You know, I grew up putting, chipping and putting into soup cans in my front yard
Oh my.
without parents that played golf. And that was my thing, you know. It's like what tennis is your racket, golf became my bag.
Oh, well, I love that. And obviously, you're very, very good at your bag. You've won 5 major championships. You've played in, if I get this right, 29 LPGA tour events.
No, I've played in hundreds of LPGA
Um,
tournaments. I
You
just
got to update
actually
your wiki page, Amy. You got to
uh,
update.
yeah, no, I've won over 29 tournaments, six
Wow.
and 5 majors, and I played the tour from 1975 into the kind of mid 90s. I never used the term retire, but I traveled the world. Became, you know, I went out on the LPGA tour. I was rookie of the year, and then I became, one of the best to play the game because of my love and desire to be the best.
And in fact, you are a member of the World Golf Hall of Fame. And I find this fascinating, and I want to hear about this. Part of the architectural team that designed the golf course for the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio
Yeah.
de Janeiro. What was that like?
Well, as I said, I was attracted to golf as an art form when I was younger, and what what really drove me is playing golf courses all around the world as I, became started to travel from the Philippines to Canada to Australia to South Carolina and seeing different golf courses. And so I would make notes about great golf courses and what the golf holes look like. And um, so I have gotten into golf architecture, golf design, golf consulting. I do it. And there's not a lot of women in it, although there
Right,
should be more.
right.
But I worked with Gil Hands, who's a very fine architect, and we built and designed the course for the Olympics in Rio in 2016. So I hope to do more of it. It's something I really enjoy. I have uh, a I'm very creative about it.
So, what drives you at this stage in life? What keeps you going?
Well, I think, just because you get into your 60s doesn't mean that life's over.
Right.
I think you get better. And I never use the word, as I said, retire. Um, I I have this drive, I think, like a lot of people, to remain relevant.
Mhm.
I've made a living and a name playing golf, but it's not all I am. And I like to give back to the game, to junior golf, growing the game of golf, growing it with women. I'm involved with the First Tee program
Wow.
and various different, which is a program that helps young underprivileged kids or learn the core values of life through golf. So I do lots of stuff. I do, charity golf events. I do corporate golf outings
Mm-hmm.
for corporations. I still work with companies. I am a representative of a company called Employco, which is a large HR company,
Interesting.
and so I'm enjoying that. I've got to know a lot of people, have a lot of contacts, and I
You're
just
enjoying life. You're enjoying
I
life.
totally enjoy life. I wear a pin that says "Living my best life." So
There
uh,
you go.
that's
So, if somebody were to come up to you, Amy, somebody you don't know, and they see everything that you've done and continue to do, and they're looking for some inspiration that they can maybe do something different, new, the same as they go into the next stage. I know I don't say retire either. It's just another stage. It's the next.
right,
What
right.
inspiration could you give them? Should they do it? Should they just do it, or what do you
Well,
say?
I find that a lot of people are very fear-based. They're afraid. They're afraid to take risks, take challenges, put themselves out there. I mean, but most people do that at one phase or another, and you either, and all you can do is put one foot in front of the other. And if something at another phase of life finds you find fascinating, to learn more about it. I was just listening to an interview with Bob Iger at Disney talking
Mhm.
about, he didn't expect to come back to work at Disney, but he's there and he doesn't want to be there for forever because there's things he wants to learn about. And I think that's this innate quest we have,
I
we
yeah,
don't.
agreed. And I think what's that saying? Feel the fear, do it anyways.
Yeah, well, that's a good line. I've never heard that, but I
Yeah,
like
feel
that.
the fear, do it anyways. That's how I live my life. Um, so I guess the last question I really want to know is what's next
Mhm.
for Amy Alcott?
What's next? Well, I'm open to whatever kind of comes my way. I always live by the adage, dance with who brung you. I
Yeah.
know golf. I know the people within the industry. I still love to play golf. I don't do it as much for a full-time living anymore, living out of a suitcase, traveling around the world,
Right.
competing.
Right.
So I still love it and want to be a part of it, but I don't know, what will happen. I think my story needs to be told a little more because I think it's there's an inspiration there for young people.
Totally. And that's why I wanted you on. What we didn't say in the beginning is we went to high school together. And it's so fun to be able to reconnect with people from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Just
And I mean, we're getting older, right, Karen?
we're getting better. We're not just
Yes.
getting older. We are getting better. Amen. Amen. I wanted to say thank you for sharing your story with us. You are an inspiration, and I do agree with you. You need to get out there a little more, your story, and that's what we're going to do for you here. For those of you who are watching right now, live or on replay, we know that you have a choice as to where you spend your time. You chose to spend it with Amy and I today, and we are thrilled. Go out, give somebody an awesome day, and say goodbye to Amy. Goodbye, Amy. And
Bye-bye.
see you next time.
Absolutely.